guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you didn't know by now, my name is Chef D, and today's recipe of the week, which is by far one of my favorite recipes, especially when I go to a Japanese restaurant. Well guys, today's recipe is how to make a Kani salad, but there's no rice. It's keto friendly, gluten friendly, and best of all is that you can literally make this ahead of time and it will last you nice and fresh for a good 3 to 4 days. Now, like you'll see in the video, I did it 3 ways. I did it on top of my cucumber boat, which is a really versatile and crunchy way to just add more depth to this recipe. I also did a little rice paper roll action, and lastly, you can have this just as is, literally on top of like a lettuce cup. You can just have it, literally just eating it like that is completely fine. But I'm definitely giving you in this video and recipe different alternatives for you to enjoy this. This is by far one of my literally favorite things to get as an appetizer at a Japanese restaurant. But listen, you can make it at home. It's honestly very budget friendly. And what I love about this recipe is that we're using Kani crab. That's why they call it the Kani salad, because we're actually going to be using Kani crab. But if you don't find that type of crab, please do not worry about it. I mean, you can just use regular imitation crab that you can find, and the only thing that it needs to be able to do is you need to pull it, just like string cheese. That's the only thing that you are going to need to make this beautiful recipe. Now, the same thing like the clips. Let's start off with our veggie prep. For this veggie prep, we're going to be needing 2 medium carrots like you see in the video. Mine were a little bit big, and that's totally fine. And pretty much what I'm doing here is peeling them. For the cucumber, we are going to be needing 2 large cucumbers, and I honestly prefer the English cucumber. For the carrots, we're pretty much just slicing them in half and then making them julienne style. You can definitely take a notice here of how I'm doing step by step of how I'm cutting the carrots up, and it's pretty much simple. You're really just slicing everything up and just really finely pretty much matchstick size. Now, I do have another option just in case you don't have the time to julienne like I'm doing, or just cutting them into matchsticks like you see here. They do sell in store already shredded carrots that they come in a bag, and you can really use those and they will really save you time. But I had these carrots and I definitely wanted to use the carrots that I had. But grocery store convenience, already shredded carrots, you can most definitely do that. Also, I wanted to show you this little tool that is actually a julienne shredder, and I found this to be okay, but I rather just stick with the matchstick shredded that they sell at the store versus using this tool. But you can definitely use that if you have it. And now I'm just going to fast forward this so you guys can see the shape and how I cut them. So maybe you can get some inspo on some help on how I get these beautiful shredded carrots. Like I wanted to mention, this recipe, this is actually the hardest part of the recipe. It's just really prepping all the veggies, and you're only prepping literally 2 veggies, the carrots and the cucumbers. But like I said, shredded store-bought carrots, and then we are going to get going with the cucumbers, and you're going to see how easy that is as well. You want to get an extra large bowl or just a large bowl to place in your veggies, because this bowl that we're using is literally going to be the bowl that everything at the end is going to get mixed in. Now that we have our carrots done, let's get moving to our beautiful large cucumbers. Like I said, I did use English cucumbers, but use whatever type of cucumber you have. I'm just slicing them in half, peeling them away, and then making my julienne strands like you'll see in the video. For the cucumbers, unfortunately, I don't have any options like the already bought kind of stuff in the store market, so it's definitely just slicing them and cutting them matchstick style, aka julienne. But what I can do is just give you a visual tutorial on how I'm cutting these matchstick, aka julienne cuts for this recipe. Like you see, I'm using everything in the cucumber except for the skin and the middle part. And once we have our prepped up cucumbers like you see right here, we're just going to place them back in that extra large or large bowl that we have with our carrots, and we are placing this directly into the fridge. Remember, the Kani salad is a cold salad, so we just want to keep everything really cold and fresh while we are making our sauce and our Kani prep. For the Kani prep, I am using a medium bowl and taking out the wrapper from the crab and literally just stringing it on like string cheese lengthwise. As you'll see up close and personal here in the video, that's exactly what I'm doing. It's really, really easy, preferably with your hands, because if you do it with a knife, they're not gonna come out as thin as I'm doing it with my fingertips. So I definitely recommend just doing this old school style. For this Kani salad, like I said, if you do not have Kani crab, do not worry about it. Just use a regular crab. Just make sure they are lengthwise and are long instead of any chunks. Place in the fridge. Now for the sauce prep, we are going to be using half a cup of kewpie Japanese mayo, but if you can't find the kewpie, then just use a regular full fat mayo. We really do need those flavors and that consistency. Next, we're going to be adding 1 tablespoon of sesame oil. Next, we're going to be adding either 1 to 2 tablespoons of sriracha, and honestly, this just depends on the spice level of your preferred choice. Add in your half a teaspoon of white granulated sugar. If you're on keto or sugar-free, just use 1 teaspoon of monk fruit sugar or a swerve granulated sugar. We're in 1 teaspoon of soy sauce, and now we're gonna season this with black pepper and a bit of salt. Preferably, I would say taste as you go once you mix this. Lastly, we are adding in 2 to 3 tablespoons of a fresh lemon juice, and this is really gonna give it a nice balance and also kick. Once this is nice, silky, and smooth, let's get ready for our salad mix. Let's remove all of our prepped up ingredients from the fridge, and let's begin by adding 3 to 4 tablespoons of that beautiful sauce on top of our veggies. Then we're going to mix this up a little bit, and we're going to add 1 handful of that beautiful string crab on top of that, and we're going to mix everything together. I'm doing this by 2 parts. Like you'll see, this is the first part that I'm doing it, and then we're going to do it with the second part, which I'm going to be adding pretty much all the sauce and all the Kani crab, mixing it once again, and here we go. This is pretty much it. We are done with it, and now we're going to get on to our beautiful 3-way presentation. For the first plating, we're doing cucumber boats, and pretty much I'm using an English cucumber because that is the largest and the longest, and we're cutting them into 4 logs. Then we're just going to peel them, and pretty much we're just going to peel literally all the boats that you want to do. So if you want to use 2 cucumbers, 3 cucumbers, then go ahead and use that. Once our little cucumber logs are peeled, we are going to slice them in half like you see in the video. And pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to be doing a V. Like you'll see, I'm starting off from the sides and literally making this into a V. So sides from one end to the other all the way till you meet them in the middle, and then you take it off right away, and that'll make yourself a little V shape on the cucumber rolls like you see there. For the presentation, the only thing is we are spooning on that Kani crab. We're adding a little bit of sesame seeds and panko breadcrumbs right on top to give it that extra crunch. I'm just going to keep repeating the same process so I can get all these boats nice and done with those panko and sesame seeds. Now this is a great alternative, especially if you're on a keto diet, paleo diet, gluten-free. This is just a perfect way to eat them, minus the panko breadcrumbs, but definitely go for the sesame seeds. Now I'm gonna leave you with a little bit of a B-roll, aka food porn, for your eyes, and then we'll be back so I can teach you guys how to make the rice paper roll. For the rice paper wrapper, take a single dry rice spring roll and we're going to place it in a bowl with lukewarm water. Let that sit for 10 to 20 seconds and place it on your work surface. Now we are going to be adding our Kani salad right in the middle of our rice paper roll, and we want to work quickly here. We're adding our little bit of veggie mix salad and adding a little bit more of sesame seeds on top. And what we're going to do is we're going to pretty much fold the sides of the spring rolls over the ingredients. Please be very careful with this because you don't want it to break. Then pull the sides closest to you up and over the ingredients, sealing everything together tightly and literally rolling it up just like a burrito. Before slicing it, make sure you just add a little bit of water onto your knife with that lukewarm water that we used, like you see here, and then we're going to slice it up. And here we have our beautiful rolls, Kani inspired salad rolls. Now we're going to be making a fresh salad out of this with our Kani salad. The only tip that I do recommend is please don't use any hard flavored salads like arugula, like radicchio, like endives. Those have a lot of flavors. We want to stick to mild to none flavors, so like iceberg lettuce, Boston lettuce, things like that would work for this type of salad. And like you'll see, we're just placing the Kani salad on top, and we're just going to be adding sesame seeds or a mix of sesame seeds and panko like you see here. Now let's get to tasting this amazing Kani salad that I hope you guys enjoy. Kani salad, little cucumber boat, I am ready for you. Now I literally just had one rice paper roll. It was so good, but I really wanted to show you guys so you guys can hear this amazing crunch of this beautiful Kani salad. Let's give it a try. Oh my God. That crunchiness of that cucumber, those extra added sesame seeds. Oh man. God, this recipe is just so good. Oh, it's so good. So good. So guys, please make sure to try this amazing salad. I promise you, you won't regret it. And you know, Japanese night at home, make your cucumber rolls, your rice rolls. You can have it on top of rice, whatever. It's just so versatile, but yet so yummy and fresh. So get a try. Let me know if you love it. And meanwhile, I'm just gonna, you know, keep on eating my rolls. So good, so crisp. You definitely need to try this. So I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you next week.